he looks really familiar. I get that a lot. I have the same face as most politicians and police officers. I have the same visage as the white Christian male crusaders. I pump the same blood as the Western slave traders and human traffickers. It's a little awkward to point this out, but I have hands that are shaped a lot like trigger pullers and sex tourists, and even armpits where the first rifle stock once fit. I have the feet that stepped Columbus onto the shore and ran back to inform the conquistadors. I even have the same reproductive organs as almost all the perpetrators of abuse, and the same sexual orientation as those among the arrogant public demonstrations. Manifest destiny is my doppelganger. Colonialism is my kind of close kin. Pornography and prostitution are perpetuated by my evil twin, and domestic violence is statistically a white man's sin. I'm less than 6 degrees of separation from segregation. Imperialism is imprinted onto my bones. I'm related to the advent of scalping and the smallpox rash. My childhood hair even looked a little like Hitler's, minus the stash. So, thank you for the invitation to this hallowed ground of dialogue. I know that my voice sounds a lot like the standard dialect of American English. I'm carrying this baggage, filled with ugly hand-me-downs, like the KKK outfits. They got stitched into my skin color. Blood diamonds run through my veins, and oil grabs stick to my white hands with black stains. This topic is inherently broached whenever I approach you, and I don't blame you. Especially when my judgmental attitudes try to shame you. My suburban bubble upbringing sometimes names you alien or reserves my rights while restricting you to reservations. Just because you're strange to me? I have been slowly familiarized to this diversity of adversity since my family adopted a 4-year-old boy from India. I started to notice then how some people cock their heads, either in question or accusation, but always in hesitation and stare sideways. He's your brother? Aren't you all my brothers and sisters? I can see now how diligently burned the blisters, the aftermath of acid comments. When we chose which crayons to color with as kids, we never passed such arbitrary judgments. I learned from my students in South Seattle why it isn't always easy to call the cops. Maybe white eyes need pigment for the cataracts to drop. I can recognize in the mirror the roots of the massive ego that held the Alamo, that implemented social Darwinism, that perches on piles of life-sustaining resources like it's all one big king of the hill. The white masculine footprints burrow deep in the bent-over backs of so many people, and I have no idea what to say. But I had to tell you that I'm starting to see it now, reflected back in awkward silences of honesty. I have inherited some blessings from my family, but I've contracted many curses from my gender, sexuality, and race. So please, let me know if it's ever difficult to tell me apart. Because though you may see the same face, I hope you hear a different heart.